Weatherman, don't tell me lies, I know it's all a big surprise. It's a hocus pocus magic that you do.
Welcome to WEITV. I'm Meteorologist David Knollhoff. Thank you for joining us. We've been gone for a little while. We hope that your holidays have been blessed as ours have been here at Westward. Thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead right to the weather as we have a very active weather pattern on top of us tonight. What we have is a winter storm brewing, and guess what? That means Frosty the Snowman is back. Let's go ahead and take a look at the details. Here's the scenario. We have an upper level wave that's going to slowly move across Texas tonight, Thursday night, into Friday morning, and be centered across, let's say, the northern Texas Friday afternoon time, and then it's going to be on out of here by Friday evening. At the same time, we have cold air in place. We're talking about 30s and lower 40s at most at the surface. And then we're also talking about Gulf moisture up on top of this cold air as well as the upper level disturbance. So what does that translate to? Well, it translates to a wintry mix and a mess for a lot of us. Here are the details. If you're sitting across the very far eastern portion of the Texas Hill Country tonight, so Thursday night into Friday morning time frame, we're talking about 12 a.m., 10 a.m. through the noon hour on Friday, over the eastern hill country, we may see a wintry mix of snow and sleet with accumulations of probably less than ½ an inch on like your grass and your vehicles and bridges, but probably not the roadways. For the most part, I think the roadways in the eastern, very eastern portion of the Texas Hill Country is going to be clear. Now, as you go farther west into the central and northwestern portion of the Texas Hill Country, let's say northwest of Kerr County and Kerrville, you're going to be looking at accumulations of snow and sleet less than or equal to 1 inch. That could be then some problems for the roadways across the central and northwestern portion of the Texas Hill Country. Now, if you go even farther northwest into the very northwestern part of the Texas Hill Country, we're looking at 4 to 6 inches of snow accumulation up there. So nonetheless, it's encouraged that you be aware of your weather conditions, especially across the area Friday morning as you travel. Now, some of this snow and sleet is going to transition to rain, especially like over the San Antonio area by the afternoon hours. And then as the afternoon wears on, the system is going to move to the east and precipitation is going to end from the west to the east as Friday transitions. Well, cold temperatures, as I had mentioned, 30s and 40s across the hill country on Friday. It's going to be mainly cloudy, so we're still going to see 30s, 20s and 30s for the lows across the hill country Saturday morning. And then this system moves out completely. High pressure settles in for the weekend, for Saturday, for Sunday, and for Monday. A little bit of a warming trend. We see sunny conditions and dry conditions. Looks like high temperatures are going to be in the 50s primarily, and low temperatures in the 30s for the weekend. And then our next system comes in from the northwest into the hill country Tuesday. Again, the moisture is going to be mainly to the east of the Texas Hill Country. We're going to see some showers and some thunderstorms across the eastern half of the hill country, maybe a tenth, a quarter of an inch if you're lucky. But as this system moves to the east on Tuesday, there's going to be a line of showers and thunderstorms in East Texas. Could be some big rainfall for East Texas and severe weather. But for the hill country, mainly for Tuesday, especially the western half is dry, the eastern half is low rainfall. High temperatures on Tuesday, still in the 50s for the rest of the week, getting into the 60s towards the end of the week, with low temperatures rising a little bit into the 40s. So really that's what your weather outlook is. Of course, we caution you to be aware of the weather for Friday and pay attention, especially on Friday, and we will be with you next week. Thank you for joining us. I'm meteorologist David Knoll.